What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with Tech Daily. So after a couple months of delays and some uncertainty if we'd even see them launch this year at all, Apple's new AirPods have finally arrived. For $159, they're priced pretty competitively when compared to other options like the Gear Icon X, Braggy Dash, and ear-ins, but let's see what the AirPods have to offer and also see if they were worth the wait. First things first, we'll go ahead and unbox them, and as far as the unboxing experience is concerned, they're fitted inside that typical Apple packaging with a very nice presentation. Pulling off the lid, the first thing we're greeted by is a packet of paperwork and their famous "Designed by Apple in California" slogan. Underneath that is the small charging case that houses the AirPods, and pulling up on one more tab reveals the standard USB lightning cable that you can use for charging the AirPod charging case. And I should mention, you don't get any charging brick. As far as the paperwork is concerned, you get a standard instructional booklet and some legal info, but unfortunately no Apple stickers. With all that out of the way, we can peel back the last bit of plastic and finally see the Apple AirPods and the charging case that houses them. And yes, the charging case does basically look like dental floss. Setting them up is super simple. When you open the case for the first time, your iPhone automatically recognizes the AirPods and asks if you'd like to connect them. And that instant connectivity and improved Bluetooth range and reliability is due in part to Apple's new W1 chip, which is found in the AirPods and a couple of newer Beats headphones. What's particularly unique about the AirPods though is that once you connect them to one of your Apple devices, any other devices you have on your iCloud account, such as an iPad or MacBook, will recognize the AirPods automatically and be already set up to use them, which is a pretty cool feature. The AirPod case itself is that classic shiny solid Apple plastic and looks super nice all the way around. On the back you'll see the metal hinge for the lid that flips open, and also one Bluetooth connect button that you don't necessarily need, but if you want to connect AirPods to say an Android device, you can do that using that button. The lid is magnetic to keep the AirPods from falling out, and like I mentioned, the case is how you charge the AirPods themselves. And inside you'll see a small LED light with white, green, and amber colors for pairing mode, charging, and fully charged. Along with the lid being magnetic, the AirPods are also held inside the case magnetically, which ensures that when you pop them in to charge, the connectors line up the way they should. You can check the battery percentage for the charging case and both AirPods collectively directly on the iPhone, and you can also see each AirPod's battery percentage individually if you're only listening to one. Like I mentioned earlier, the charging case gets connected via a lightning port, and plugging them in charges both the case and the AirPods. The AirPods are small, which is both a good and bad thing. They're very different from the bulky design of the Braggy Dash, for example. They're much lighter and have an easier time staying in my ear, but I can almost promise you I'll end up losing one. On the bright side, Apple will replace one when I do, for $69. The design of the AirPods is essentially identical to Apple's EarPods that have been the default Apple earbuds for a number of years now. If you've liked the wired earbuds that came with your iPhone, the AirPods will basically be the same thing. But on the other hand, if you've never been a fan of EarPods, or they just don't work or fit well for you, you're not going to be a fan of the AirPods at all. There's really nothing different. While the AirPods are a little longer and a little thicker around the stem, if you chopped off the cable of your EarPods, you'd pretty much have AirPods. On the bottom, you can see the metal tips and charge connecting points, and this is also where the microphone is located. I think the biggest question most people would have when it comes to any truly wireless earbuds is how well they stay in your ear, and this is something I really considered with the AirPods. Now, I've been using EarPods for a number of years now, and 90% of the time, they fit me well and stay in during most of my activities. And I was honestly very surprised to find out that it's the same story with the AirPods. They're comfortable, of course, but most importantly, they stay in my ears really well, like surprisingly well. Just walking around or listening to them casually, I can't imagine them ever falling out, and even while I was working out at the gym and moving around quite a bit, they just didn't fall out. Now, like I said, you can take this information with a grain of salt, because while EarPods and AirPods fit me really well, I understand that everyone's ears are different, so that might not be the same for you. A really useful feature on the AirPods is that when you remove one, your music automatically pauses, so you can talk to someone, for example, and then putting them back in automatically starts your music back up again. Super cool, but if you aren't into that, you can disable it in settings. You can also activate Siri by tapping on the AirPods as well, which for me honestly isn't too useful because I simply don't use Siri that often, but it is available for people who do. But that double tap option can also also be changed to play and pause music instead. Unfortunately, there are no other controls or options specifically on the AirPods, so changing the volume or skipping songs has to be done on your phone. I wish there was that one extra step of customizability when it comes to the tapping options, but maybe in the future. As far as sound quality is concerned, strictly from the average consumer perspective, AirPods sound good. They're very comparable to EarPods, which is impressive considering that they're wireless and crazy small. And if you like how EarPods sound, you'll enjoy listening to AirPods. However, if you're an audiophile or if you have a higher standard for sound quality, there's no point in considering these because they just aren't what you're looking for. AirPods are consumer-grade wireless earbuds, and in that market space, they sound great and produce the kind of sound signature and quality you'd expect at their price point. The music is pretty clear and crisp, voice and instruments have great separation, and there's even a bit of a soundstage which is pretty nice. Again, from the average consumer point of view, there's really nothing wrong with the sound these produce at all, considering what they are. The other major concern I had with the AirPods was battery life, but Apple provides a decent solution. You can get up to 5 hours of music playback time on the AirPods alone, and the charging case offers 24 hours of battery life. If you listen to an hour or two of music a day, that's really not too bad if you take the case around with you. The best part is that a 15-minute charge gets you 3 hours of battery life. So even though longevity isn't quite there with the standalone AirPods, the case and quick charge make it much less of an inconvenience. So here's the bottom line when it comes to AirPods. They're a good pair of truly wireless earbuds. There's just no denying that. They sound good, they have a decent battery solution, and in the Apple ecosystem, they work flawlessly across all devices with literally no setup required. And the $159 price is honestly pretty fair considering they are coming from Apple. Are they for everyone? No. Some people will probably have a hard time keeping them in their ears. And AirPods are not exactly a fashion statement either. The jokes still keep coming. But I think they're a great option if you're already engulfed in the Apple world and want to go fully wireless. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what you think of Apple AirPods in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow Tech Daily on Twitter and subscribe to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.